Jonathan Kuminga was the top-ranked player in the ESPN 100 for the 2021 recruiting class before choosing to reclassify up to the 2020 recruiting class, where he moved down a little bit to that number 4 spot. He was praised for his physical tools and potential to dominate on both ends of the floor. He would choose to bypass college and join the G League Ignite for one season. He entered the year as my number 2 prospect in the draft, and he really was somebody I thought had a chance to maybe overtake Cade for that number 1 spot, just based off his potential and how good I thought he could be. However, due to struggles with Ignite and not improving the way I thought he would, he ended up falling to the 10th spot on my board to end the cycle. Regardless, I still think he has a ton of potential. He was drafted 7th overall by the Golden State Warriors, which is an interesting landing spot for his development given their current situation, and in today's video I will be going over my expectations for Jonathan Kuminga in his rookie season. But before we get into today's video, if you're new and you like basketball, I really think you would love this channel. So if you haven't already, feel free to like, subscribe, hit notification bell, be notified whenever I release a video. I make videos that cover the NBA. I also make videos that take elements from film essays and apply them to basketball. So if either of those things are of an interest to you, this is a channel for you. Let's try to get 100 likes on this video so YouTube will recommend it to others. Also, make sure you go check out my draft channel where I cover the NBA draft and high school basketball. Just uploaded a video about DJ Wagner over there. Help me reach 400 subscribers by the end of the year on that channel. Link to that channel will be in the description below if you're interested, and in the pinned comment as well. But with that being said, let's get right into the video. Jonathan Kuminga is a 6'7", 225-pound forward with a new 7-foot wingspan. He's known for his athleticism and strength, which is quite impressive given he is one of the youngest players entering the NBA. However, he is rather raw offensively. He's a streaky shooter. There are concerns with his form. I'm not a shot doctor. I'm not going to act like I know everything about that, but there definitely shows some lower body mechanical problems. The upper body mechanics seem fine to me, but there are some inconsistencies with his lower body mechanics that aren't great. Doesn't have great shot selection either, and really something I noticed when you watch him play is he predetermines almost all of his offensive movements, and he gets flustered when thrown off the script that was predetermined, which is something that was just very noticeable and a big reason why he kind of fell down the draft board for me. He's best when attacking the basket, and he's best in the open floor though. He's very good in this regard. He is unstoppable in the open floor with the basketball in his hands. There's not many that can stop him because of how athletic and strong he is, and he's a pretty good slasher as well, and has shown some decent post potential as a post scorer, but it's not something I would put him at full time. When he uses his strength and power to attack the basket, he's really good. And in general, when he plays to his strengths, he is really good. However, he doesn't play to his strengths all the time. He does seem to settle a bit for jumpers, a bit too much for my liking. I would liken it a bit to Anthony Edwards' problem that he had when he was coming out of Georgia. But the thing is, Anthony Edwards is a much better shooting prospect than Jonathan Kuminga was, so I'm not going to compare it, but I think the baseline idea of the problem is similar though. And when you look at what he has as far as his position with the team in Kuminga, at first, I didn't think he was going to get like a lot of minutes at all, but then I looked at the situation, and obviously with what's going on with Andrew Wiggins, we don't know what's going on there. It wouldn't shock me if Kuminga got more minutes than expected early on. It's clear that Steph and Clay are going to take most of the shots, so I don't expect him to put up big time numbers or big time minutes. I think that Jonathan Kuminga will play about 19.5 minutes per game in his rookie season, which is about 2 more minutes per game than what Jaylen Brown averaged in his rookie season minutes per game wise. Jaylen was somebody that Kuminga was throwing a lot of comparisons to throughout the draft cycle. I personally never saw it. They don't really play similar positions, and they aren't very similar prospects outside of like height and weight, to be quite honest with you. But I do think, however, that the Warriors should follow the Jaylen Brown sort of development plan that he had in Boston, where you play him about 17 to 19 minutes per game in his rookie season, and you kind of play him in spurts, and you kind of don't run plays for him, and you kind of just have him work with what he has. I think, though, that Jonathan Kuminga will average a few more points per game than Jalen did in his rookie season, because Jalen averaged like 6 points per game as a rookie. I think Kuminga will average about 10.1 points per game on 40, 27, 65 shooting splits. Definitely a few less points per game than the 15 he averaged with the G League Ignite, but similar shooting splits, I would say, to what he had with Ignite. I think that's something that will translate, obviously, because I think he might struggle a bit scoring wise. He's a pretty good rebounder as well. He did average 7 rebounds per game with Ignite. However, I think that given the decrease in minutes per game compared to Ignite, because he averaged like 32 minutes per game with Ignite, he's going to probably get like maybe 20 minutes per game with the Warriors. I think that his rebounds per game will be at 4.3 in his rookie season. Passing wise, during his time with Ignite and in high school, he showed interesting flashes and an ability to make basic reads on offense. However, again, due to the lack of high minutes per game and being on a team that has really good players and good playmakers, I think Kuminga won't have good assist numbers. I believe Kuminga will average 1.6 assists per game as a rookie. I think Kuminga and Moody will get more opportunity than most people think because of the Wiggins situation. Who knows how that's going to play out? And even with guys like Otto Porter Jr. and Jordan Poole there, who will be key guys off the bench, and a big role for Poole in my opinion. I definitely think losing Kelly Oubre, that frees up a bit more time even with the Porter and Poole additions. I think Kuminga will get minutes despite being a project considering what they did with Wiseman, and I predict that Kuminga, being in a similar situation to Jalen Brown, but will even get more opportunity that will be easier for him because compared to rookie Jalen Brown, Kuminga is playing with 2 heavy gravity players in Clay and Steph, and I think that compared to Jalen Brown, Kuminga is a player that forces the issue a bit more at the same stage. Whether that be a good thing or a bad thing, that's up for you to decide. I'm somewhere in the middle, leaning a bit more towards bad right now in the short term, but I definitely think long term it will be fine. He will make a living as a scorer in transition. I think that's where he's going to thrive the most because at his best, he is a great transition athlete, great transition scorer, and could be useful as a cutter as well. He's more of a power forward. He's a 4. I don't really think right now he's a 3. Maybe he develops into 1, but I just don't see it right now. He's definitely a true 4. Maybe some small ball 5 down the line, but right now I wouldn't play him there. But, I definitely think that, he's going to be used as a transition guy and a cutter. Maybe some spot up opportunities here and there as well. But I definitely think that he's somebody I hopefully see take advantage of the mentorship of guys like Klay Thompson, guys like Steph Curry. I don't think he can learn too much from those guys necessarily overall because they're very different players, but I definitely think learning how to catch and shoot things like that from Klay and Steph as well, he could get some advice there. And Draymond Green's just a great mentor to have in general because I definitely think that Kuminga, they hope is a player that can be the kind of heir to Draymond Green and maybe have a bit more scoring upside as well. Overall, I think Jonathan Kuminga will average 10.1 points per game, 4.3 rebounds per game, and 1.6 assists per game on 40, 27, 65 shooting splits. Will it always be pretty? No. Will there be bumps in the road? Yes. Do I think he'll flash potential? Absolutely. I think that fans and media need to be patient with Kuminga. He has a ton of potential, but I do think it will take time and it won't always be pretty. There's going to be very high moments, there's going to be very low moments. It's going to be a massive roller coaster, and I think fans need to prepare for that. But if you're patient and things go well with his development, I promise you it will all pay off in the end. Because I think if Jonathan Kuminga hits his highest percentile outcome, or even gets close to it, he's going to be a very good player for a very long time in this league. But that's the end of this video. If you've made it to this point, thank you so much. Again, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, do all those things, be a big help to me. Let me know what you think about Jonathan Kuminga in the comment section below. Love to hear some feedback. What do you think his rookie season will look like? Do you agree? Do you disagree with what I had to say about his rookie season? What do you think his potential is? How good do you think he's gonna be? We'd love to hear stuff like that. Do you even think the Warriors made the right pick by taking him? So again, leave a comment below. Would really appreciate that. Again, go check out my draft channel as well. I would really appreciate that. With that being said, have a nice day.